We're going to compute pressure drops for a network that crosses 3 levels. Let's open 3 files: basement, ground floor, and first floor. For this demonstration, we're going to use a tiled window arrangement. One AUTOFLUID command allows you to isolate the network to compute. It simply freezes all the other layers. So for each file, let's isolate the networks to compute. In each of these files, we're going to check the structure of the network. The preview conduit command allows you to visualize conduits in white and accessories in blue and green. If conduits appear in red, you must rebuild them. Red means that there is a structural fault, therefore pressure drops can't be calculated. It's preferable to delete all flocking and insulation, which are not essential here. However, faulty conduits must be rebuilt. Now let's annotate the different elements of the network. Most elements are pre-annotated during drafting. The missing pieces of information are flows, direction of flow in reductions, for example, the length of verticals, as well as the manufacturer data for the equipment. Repeat the same operation on each floor. We can then move on to the next step, which is selecting the section to work with. Select the part or the parts of the network to compute. Start with the furthest section and then select each one in turn. A section is a portion of network which ends with a terminal such as a grid or with a fitting such as a T or a Y. A table lets you check and correct if needed before the next step. You can name the network here. When looking at the results on each line, we can quickly spot the objects that need to be corrected. For instance, here the grid was not annotated. Click on Modify to annotate the grid. And then the table appears again. Once the checkup is finished, click Confirm to display the drawing in a Presentation tab that contains the network's name, and then save each drawing before moving on to the next step. Once the files are saved, choose one of them and launch the Export to Excel command. Here you can find the name of the file and the network or networks that you prepared earlier. Select the network and add it to the list in the table to create. To add a network from another file, select the file. Note that networks prepared in this file appear here, and then add them, and then click OK to create the table. Excel starts, activates macros. The software presents the table. You can find each part of the network according to each DWG file.